in here. We're here at Ward 2 of DC. It's good to be here with you all. My name is Alex. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an organizer with ShutDownDC. We're here to tell hotels to don't host hate. I want to give a shout out to our colleagues at the Stop Police Terror Project for this phrase. I think it sums up perfectly why we're here today. We know from last week that white supremacists are planning to come to our city with violent intentions. And after their days of unrest, they're going to come back to these hotels. And these hotels that we are standing at the center of today are where they come back and find their safe haven at night. And that's a threat to all of us. It's a threat to the people who live here. It's a threat to the staff who work in these hotels. It's a threat to the members of Congress who represent the country and democracy. For the last 3 days, I've been part of a team messaging Airbnb hosts across the DC region. We've had 500 volunteers step up to send messages to more than 3,000 Airbnb hosts individually, neighbor to neighbor, saying please cancel your reservations. For anyone who tries to book in the next week, we know that they are likely to have hostile intentions. We also know that these folks are lying about why they're coming to town and being deceitful. We've had incredible conversations, and yesterday, Airbnb, the corporation, announced that they are canceling all reservations for Airbnbs in the DC area for the lead up to Inauguration week. That is the level of corporate action that is called for in this moment. We're here to ask every hotel in the DC area to also close and to pay their workers to stay home and stay safe. The Airbnb announcement yesterday not only said that they were canceling reservations, but they were going to pay hosts for their lost business. This was not going to come at the cost or at the expense of those individuals. It was going to come, the corporation was going to take care of it. They were going to be a good partner and step up. And that's what we're here today to talk to these hotels about. The companies that are here, that are in charge of these hotels, have a choice to make, and we hope they make the right one. To help us talk about why that's so important, we have some incredible people joining us. Nini Taylor, lead organizer with Black Lives Matter DC, is here today. Tripti Patel, lead DMV organizer at One Fair Wage and a member leader at Restaurant Opportunity Center, as well as an ANC commissioner here in Ward 2. And Alex Bailey, our ANC commissioner for the neighborhood 2F08. I'm going to turn it over to Nini.
Good morning. My name is Nini Taylor, Neetaylor, co-organizer with Black Lives Matter DC. It's unfortunate as a black woman, I have to be here and give you free labor to inform you to protect DC and let you know that white supremacists are not welcome in DC. Let me be clear. White supremacists are not welcome here in DC. We need our local businesses, our owners, to join in solidarity and send this message to the Proud Boys and Trump supporters. Once again, they're planning to come again. Be clear, they came November the 14th, December the 12th, and then January the 6th. And these hotels hosted hate. We got High Place, Hilton, Haymarket, Hay Adams. They actually have the money. That's what the capitalism is. That's who financed this. Be clear. The people saying that Hay Adams financed capitalism and hate. We also need drugstores, restaurants, grocery stores. All must declare they reject racism and not serve these white supremacists. Hotels in particular. Here at the Hilton, I was personally attacked and tear gassed while the Hilton hosted white supremacists without masks on their property, and the police protected them and shot tear gas to organizers who were just trying to defend DC. We need you, hotels, declare that your establishment is racism-free zone. We need you, DC hotels, today and going forward. Notify all your guests that white supremacists are not permitted on your premises. We need you to ban guns and explosives from your premises. We need you to display Black Lives Matter signs and stand in solidarity against and support ending police and state-sanctioned violence against black people and our black communities. We both as a nation and our city are at an important juncture right now. The world witness, white supremacy incited, embodied, and sanctioned by a sitting president to attempt a coup. The world also watched as our police allowed our police, be clear, not just Capitol Police, but Metropolitan Police Department and all 32 police agencies here in Washington, D.C. allowed vigilant white supremacists to run rampant on D.C. streets, federal property, and then storm the Capitol. It was a wait moment for a lot of people who finally saw what Black Lives Matter and ShutDownDC been telling y'all forever. The police exist to protect white supremacy. The police forces in D.C. include white supremacists. They include white supremacist cops. They are infiltrated with white supremacist cops. Be clear. Now that you all see what we see with our own eyes on November the 14th, on December the 12th, and then we warned you on January the 6th, what you gonna do about it? The question is, what are you going to do about it? It's time for the mayor and all elected officials to put an end to police complicity and white supremacy. The only way to do this is to defund and dismantle the police forces here in D.C. They have literally called in 1,500 National Guards and policemen from everywhere. That do not keep black and brown local people in D.C. safe. The police do not keep black and brown people in D.C. safe. We keep us safe.
Yes!
Instead of cops, give us health care. Give us quality education for our children. Give us the resources to build decent, affordable safe housing. Instead of cops, give us jobs. Give us jobs and a thriving economy in our neighborhoods. Finally, give us D.C. statehood now.
Yes!
Give us here in D.C. statehood now. The right to vote, representation, and autonomy of our own city is fundamental, and the need has never been more apparent than today and right now. We demand it now. Give us statehood now. Thank you.
Yeah!
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tripti Patel. I'm the lead DMV organizer for One Fair Wage, as long as a member leader for ROC DC, which is the Restaurant Opportunity Center, Washington, D.C. And I'm also an ANC commissioner for Single Member District 2A03. And this morning, I am angry. I am angry and furious to see what my city has become. I have woken up, and as I walked here today, to see my city going up in barricades. I look like I live in a militarized zone, because frankly, that's what we've become. We've become ground zero for hate. And that's not acceptable in my city. My own neighbors shouldn't be afraid to walk outside and live their lives. I shouldn't have to hear from my worker members that they're afraid to go to work because they're afraid they're going to be attacked for being black or brown. That isn't acceptable. Madam Mayor, I need you to shut it down. We don't host taste in this city. Do I make myself clear if I have to say it one more time? Madam Mayor, shut it down. Local 25 has already put out an ask for every hotel in this region to close their doors and pay their workers. I repeat, they need to shut their doors and pay their workers. Let's keep them safe. This isn't about profit. This is about being humane and making sure that everybody that works in this city feels safe and protected. No worker in this city should have to risk their lives to make a living. And that's what we're asking workers in this city to do if hotels don't shut down, if restaurants don't close their doors and pay workers. We can do better than that. Workers in this city are having to sit there and live tip to mouth in restaurants. They're not making enough to have enough to eat and a roof over their head. They shouldn't have to kowtow to a white supremacist and a white terrorist to make their living. I expect better of our DC elected officials, and I expect better of our DC businesses. We will remember who doesn't shut their doors, who didn't keep their workers safe. So I'm going to repeat it again. Shut it down, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Can I get your name and title, please?
Tripti Patel, ANC Commissioner 2803.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Alexandra Bailey. I am the Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner, Single Member District 2F08. I'm not going to belabor the point because I don't think I can say anything that the organizers who are serving this city and standing up for the rights of our citizens have not already said more eloquently than I ever could. But I will add my name to the call. Madam Mayor, shut down these hotels. The citizens of Washington, D.C. have been clear. They do not want these forces here. They should not have to live around people who stand in opposition to everything that Washington, D.C. stands for. We are an inclusive city that is supposed to be safe for Black and brown people, for LGBTQ people. Our most vulnerable, our homeless population, will be victims to these people. And the hotels that host them, if they do not shut their doors, it is an act of complicity. The day that I swore in as an advisory neighborhood commissioner, I made a vow to Washington, D.C. that I would act in the best interests of all of Washington, D.C. And at this moment, there is only one action that will serve all of Washington, D.C. Shut it down. Do not allow these forces to run amok, to attack our sacred spaces, our Black churches, our unhoused community, endangering our workers. We've said it once and we need to say it again clearly. Your citizens need to come before Capitol. Thank you.
Woo! The noise you've heard in the background throughout this conversation is office buildings around here putting up plywood on their windows, screwing plywood in to protect their windows. The hotels in this neighborhood, in this city, in this region have a choice. They can make it easier for white supremacists to come here in the coming week, or they can make it harder. They have to make it harder. We're asking the hotels to make it harder for white supremacists to come. We were taking letters to each of the hotels in this area and delivering them by hand to say, please close your doors. Do not let white supremacists come. Don't let people from outside our region come and stay and bring their hate here. Pay your workers to stay home. If the hotels won't do it, we call on the mayor to take action to keep the city safe. Thank you.